to all of you. Good day to all of you. To all my subscribers, this is Teacher KRC at nagbabalik ako para i-discuss sa inyo ang tungkol sa intersubjectivity. Ano nga ba yung meaning na intersubjectivity? How important is the topic para sa ating lahat? First, let me give you a background. As we all know, all of us humans have the natural and universal tendency to relate, to establish attachments, and seek close relationship with other people. Yung ating human nature drives us to reach out to other people and interact with them in meaningful ways. Ayan. Yung ability daw natin to engage in meaningful interaction with other people and surroundings and everything around us is rooted in our capacity for self-awareness and transcendence. Ito yung inaral natin dati. Of intersubjectivity. Intersubjectivity, it is the interaction between the self and the other. It is also the mutual recognition of each other as persons, a unique relationship between distinct subjects. Yung subjects na to, nire-refer natin doon sa characteristic of a human person to engage in a very intimate and personal relationship with others who are different from him but who are also like him. Ayan. Ano ba ibig sabihin nun, ma'am? Bakit sabi mo po dito, ability to engage in a very intimate and personal relationship with others who are different from him but who are also like him. Ito, ang tinutukoy natin dito is the other person. The uniqueness of other person, the other individual, na katulad din natin. Sabi nga, di ba, ang intersubjectivity ay yung pakikipag-ugnayan o pakikipag-interact ng sarili natin sa ibang tao. Yan yun. Tayo kasi mga humans, papansin natin, marami tayong na-encounter everyday, nakakausap, pero hindi lahat yon nagbibigyan natin ng same level. Merong mga tao na minsan makikita mo, hi, hello lang. Yung iba naman, dinidiscuss mo lang kung ano ba yung general topic. At meron namang iba na pag nagkita kayo, mga close friends mo, diba, nagsishare na tayo ng buhay natin. So, dito tayo iikot sa topic na ito at malalaman din natin kung ano-ano ba talaga yung intersubjectivity, ano ba yung mga nakapaloob dito. Okay, so intersubjectivity allows a person to become closer to others in many different ways. Yan, paano ba nagiging close ang tao sa maraming paraan daw? In every social interactions, persons have the ability to agree and cooperate with each other. There is also the experience of shared knowledge and shared emotions such as grief, joy, and love. A closer look at everyday interactions reveals instances where self interacts with other people. Yan, di ba? Hindi naman lilipas yung isang araw na meron tayong makakausap na tao na lagi na lang tayong may makakahalubilo, lalo na kayo mga anak na nag-aaral kayo sa school, di ba? Nandiyan sila teachers, nandiyan sila classmates. Ayan, iba-iba yung interaction na meron tayo. 'Di ba? Meron din tayong abilidad na makikooperate kapag ayan na dumarating na yung mga schoolworks na pinagagawa sa atin. Nagkakaroon din tayo ng mga sharing of experiences and knowledge and emotions sa kanila. So, ang ganda-ganda niyang pag-aralan talaga. So now, I will discuss to you the various levels of self-other interaction. Number 1. Ano ba yun? Ano yung number 1? The simple awareness of the existence of others, which means that we are aware that there are other beings unique from us, that they exist outside our awareness and perception. Ibig sabihin dito, aware tayo na hindi lang tayo yung tao, na meron pa ring tao bukod sa atin. Example, nasa eskwelahan ka. Aware ka na meron kang katabi doon, na nandun si ka-classmate mo, nakatabi mo siya, sabay kayong nag-aaral, na si classmate mo ay next to you, na meron ding iba pa na mga classmate kayo na maaring sumagot sa mga tanong ni teacher at aware ka din na nandyan si teacher. Okay, next. Awareness of the self as being seen by the others or the self-other relationship. Ano ba ibig sabihin nito? Awareness of the self as being seen by the other. Ang ibig sabihin niyan, ito yon. Example, I'll give you an instance that one of the people you are watching, manonood ka sa isang tao, bigla na lang huminto at tiningnan ka sa muka. You are immediately aware of this person's action as the other. This stranger is looking at your direction. Also, you are aware of other significant facts. You know that that stranger staring at you is aware of you as a person. Okay? The self-consciousness is considered by philosophers as a defining characteristics of the self-other relationship. So, ngayon, imagine niyo mga anak na yung person na yon hindi stranger, pero family mo, friend mo, o kaya yung crush mo. Bigla ka nalang tiningnan. So, syempre, magiging conscious ka sa sarili mo o kaya mahihiya ka. Iisipin mo, baka mamaya may dumi yung mukha mo. Or what? So, ang gagawin mo, magtatanong ka. Iisipin mo na what is he or she thinking when he or she looks at me? Am I doing something wrong? Is there something wrong with the way I look? Or is he about to say something to me? Ayun yun. So, aware yung sarili mo na merong ibang tao na nakakakita sa'yo o nakakapansin sa'yo. Okay. Next is number 3. The awareness of the self in the other. Ano yun? It is the way we act with other people. It is often influenced by our ideas or how these people see us. We also adjust our behavior to conform with how we think they expect to us. This action is called seeming, where an individual presents himself in a certain way when dealing with others. Okay, so paano naman tong number 3? If we have the idea that our parents think of us as a quiet and obedient, we often act the way with them. However, when we are with our friends and we think that they see us as an outgoing person, we also adjust our behavior to conform with how we think they expect us to act. Kita nyo? So, kilala ka ng nanay mo kilala ka ng mga magulang mo na ikaw ay masunuring bata. So, ang gagawin mong masunuring ka, pero kung kilala ka naman ng mga kaklasmate mo o mga kaibigan mo na ikaw ay happy-go-lucky o kaya naman joyful individual, masayahin ka, gano'n naman yung i-act mo. Yon ang ibig sabihin ng number 3. Pumasok dito yung salitang seeming. Ano ba yung seeming? It is an individual presents himself in a certain way when dealing with others. Diba? This is how you present yourself when dealing with others. Diba? Kung ano yung ine-expect ng ibang tao na ikaw ay mag-behave, ganon yung gagawin mong behavior when you are with them. Okay, next. The characteristics of a genuine human interaction. Ano-ano ba yun? Sa intersubjectivity pala, meron pang genuine interaction. Okay, so what is this? Since our human nature drives us to uphold dignity and goodness, our interaction with others are also geared towards what is good and beneficial. This led humans to strive to achieve a deeper and more genuine interaction called dialogue. What is dialogue? This is made possible when the self realizes that the other is genuine and unique individual. Ayan, pumasok na dito yung term na dialogue. Okay. When two individuals begin to view each other as the other, that is truly acknowledging each other's presence, then that is the beginning of an authentic relationship and dialogue. Okay. Kanina seeming. Kanina intersubjectivity. Ngayon, pumasok na yung term na dialogue. So, sabi kanina na ang human daw ay nag-strive to achieve a deeper and more genuine interaction. Tawag daw diyan ay dialogue. It is made possible when the self realizes that the other is genuine. So, pag sinabi natin na dialogue, there is always the self and the other. Okay, now, let me define to you the meaning of dialogue. A dialogue is an interaction between persons that happens through speech or use of words and expressions or body language. The person is a being who is open to others and is capable of receiving others in a dialogue. A person's words, expressions, and body language become the means by which he or she is able to express a part of himself to another person. The dialogue therefore becomes a means by which a person is able to share in each other's lives. Ayan. Ito na. So, pag sinabi nating dialogue, mapasok na dito yung interaction o pakikipag-ugnayan, pakikipag-usap sa ibang tao sa pamamagitan ng salita, expression, at body language. Ayan na. The notion of dialogue becomes clearer when we reflect on the nature of our conversations with other people. The conversations you have with casual acquaintances are different from those people who are close to you. Pansinin nyo to, this is right, di ba? Iba yung pakikipagtalakayan natin, pakikipag-usap natin sa mga tao na kakilala natin kumpara doon sa ating mga ka-close o malapit sa atin. Okay. What is casual conversation? This is often consists of discussing news or occurrence. We often conduct a normal conversation in this manner, but when we are with friends and family, we are comfortable discussing more personal issues like life goals, ano ba yung pangarap mo sa buhay, emotional problems, ano ba yung mga naganap sa buhay mo, or moral dilemmas. 'Di ba? Pag casual, mababaw lang eh. Pero kapag dito, sa mga ka-close friends, ito na yon. Komportable ka nang magkwento ng ganap sa buhay mo. Okay. You will not engage a random stranger on the street in a conversation about whether or not you should give up your ambitions in life for the welfare of your family. Instead, you will seek out a person whom you consider most trustworthy and reliable to listen to your thoughts and concerns. Tama naman. A dialogue occurs when two persons open up to each other and give and receive one another in their encounter. Ayan, hindi naman po pwedeng mag-dialogue ka na ikaw lang mag-isa. Kailangan meron dalawang tao na parehong nag-o-open up sa isa't isa. A genuine dialogue happens when persons are willing to share themselves with one another. The awareness of each other's presence as a true person is defined by the acceptance of each other's uniqueness and differences. Ang ganda talaga nito. Mapag-aaralan mo kung paano ba ang pakikitungo, ang ano ba yung totoo o genuine na conversation or dialogue with other people. Next. There is an aspect of intersubjectivity. So the number one aspect is empathy. Ito daw yung ability natin na mag-share ng emotion natin. Emosyon o nararamdaman sa ibang tao. Human persons are actively aware of the emotional states of other people and they use this information to determine their own actions and behavior. Empathy, pag sinabi nating empathy, feeling in, wherein pag sinabi nating sympathy, this means feeling with. Diba? Mas malalim kasi yung empathy. Hindi lang yung nakikiramay ka sa salita, sa halimbawa, pero ito yung pinapakita mo, pati yung kusa mong pakikidalamhati at pakikirama. You feeling in pumapasok ka doon, nandun ka sa loob. Diba? Hindi yung feeling with lang, nakikipakiramdam lang, So this one is mas malalim. You empathize with the other person. You share emotions. Yun. Okay, next, let's go here. The number 2 aspect is the availability. Willingness of a person to be present at all times. 'Di ba? Dapat available ka, willing ka na i-adjust yung schedule mo sa lahat ng panahon kapag kinakailangan ka. Yun daw yung isa sa aspeto ng intersubjectivity. So number 1 again is empathy and the next one is availability. Now, here are the terms that we need to remember and we will encounter when we study intersubjectivity. Number 1 is the ethics of care. Ano ba yun? This emphasizes the moral dimensions of human interaction. It believes that people have a moral obligation to respond to the needs of the others and encourage individuals to extend help to people in needs. Diba? Ito yung ethics of care. Moral dimension of human interaction. Meron daw tayong moral obligation to respond to the needs of others. Next, alienation. This arises when a person ceases to view the other as a distinct and authentic person and considers the person as an object or means to satisfy a personal interest. Alienation, ito yung nilalait mo yung tao, pangmamaliit sa mga tao. Kung meron mang hindi ka aya-aya sa isang tao, tinutukso mo, binubuli mo. Dito pumapasok yung alienation na hindi tama. 'Di ba? Kasi nga, we have to see other people same as you are. 'Di ba? A unique individual, pero kapareho natin. Hindi natin dapat ginagawa ang mangmaliit o mangbuli o tingnan sila bilang mga bagay o gawin yung masama sa kanila to satisfy our needs. Tandaan niyo yan mga anak. And then, you have to remember also my last word sa inyo today, you have to remember na ang beneficial and meaningful human relationships are founded on the values of acceptance, openness, and respect. Tandaan nyo yan. You have to accept, be open, and be respectful of others. We should treat each others with respect and acceptance. Tandaan nyo yan. Regardless kung ano man ang meron siya, kung ano man ang wala, dapat patas at pantay ang pagrespeto at pagtanggap at pagtingin natin sa bawat tao. So sana mga anak, meron kayong natutunan sa aking ginawa na pag-share ng aking kaalaman sa araw na ito. Yun lamang po at God bless you! If you have questions, please write on the comment section and I'm very much willing to answer that. Thank you! That's all!